Ready to take things to a new level? This is Level On Up with Sadia.
Welcome, Newton Faulkner. How are you going?
I'm very well.
Thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat, and congrats on the new single.
Oh, thank you very much.
Can you tell us a little bit about the new single, Never Have I Ever?
Well, it's had one mini outing before. It was the hidden track. Not this version, it was a different version. But it was the hidden track on the CD version, just the physical CD of Interference of Light, which I did with that album. I did it in 3 different ways for different mediums. So the CD had a hidden track and did stuff that you could only do on CDs. The vinyl playlist was totally different to the CD playlist to make it kind of work. And then the streaming was like a totally different thing again, so it was quite fun. But anyway, with this track, I wrote it near the kind of end of all the lockdowns and all the C-bomb stuff in the UK. And I think because so many of the kind of couples that I know and some couples that I thought wouldn't break up in a million years broke up just because they weren't allowed to leave the house and actually had to deal with each other. And it was such a kind of intense social experiment that took place in that setting. And when I first started writing it, it was just to say kind of thank you for being amazing. But then it was her 40th birthday in lockdown, which was a real challenge. Trying to make something that is a satisfactory 40, because 40 is a big deal. A satisfactory 40th birthday when you're not allowed to leave the house and only one other person is allowed to come into it it was pretty nuts. I mean, I saw it coming, so I had a lot of time to plan, and I recorded like her favourite song with all her friends singing it and changed all the words, and that was really fun.
You had something else quite beautiful come out of the lockdown and COVID as well. You had the arrival of your baby boy too, didn't you?
Yeah, he's 9 months now. He's doing great. He's such a smiley little dude. I spent all day with him today, which has been lovely. But yeah, so that was, it was one of her 40th birthday presents was this song, which I've now released because I figured she's had it for long enough to herself.
And it's still her favourite song?
Oh yeah, no, she loves it. I don't think she's listened to it without crying yet.
That's quite a beautiful thing.
She's had it a few times.
Speaking of other beautiful things, you're coming back to Australia. I
am.
And you're going to kick it off in Adelaide, I believe.
Yep, 25th March at the Gov, which I love. I love the Gov. It's a great venue. And I can't wait. It's been way too long. And the last time I came, it totally blew my mind. Just like people singing every single word of every song. It was that was amazing. I was really genuinely touched.
Well, you probably should give yourself some more credit because you've been in the music game for quite a while. Is it 15 years, nearly 2 decades?
It's getting on to that. I think I'm nearly in double figures, even just in albums, which is great. You can be in music for for any amount of time, but the thing is, it just changes. The whole thing is totally unrecognisable from when I started.
Well, did I read somewhere that you were in a Green Day cover band?
I was, yes.
So that...
Yep, I was playing bass. And then the guitarist in that band was the guy that rang me and asked me if I wanted to be in the Green Day musical in the West End, with him being like my best friend in it, which was really fun. Although the one problem I had with it is it was really fun, and the acting stuff was great. I hadn't done it for a while, and it was really nice to kind of use that muscle again. And I was playing a Californian heroin addict, so it was quite dark and I had to commit suicide. But what no one told me, they kind of mentioned it in passing, but what I didn't realise is that I was going to be in my pants pretty much the entire show, which was a bit of a surprise when it came to a week before it opened in rehearsals. I was like, so I know I'm in my pants at some point. So when is that? It's the beginning of my second scene. Well, and that's it. It's just pants until the end. I tell you, if you want if you want a good diet, my best dieting advice is go and be in a show where you're in your pants for most of it, because nothing puts you off cake more than that.
Well, I'm sure you'd be pretty well in shape with, well, at least vocally, because you do belt out a good tune or two, don't you?
Vocally, it was fine. But yeah, it was a lot. It was intense.
So
it was so much fun, and there's some beautiful songs as well.
Did you enjoy the acting element? Is that something that you've been able to put into music videos over the years?
A little bit. I haven't really done it for any of my videos. Tend to just it's mainly walking or running. I did a whole running dancing video, which was my idea, but by the end I really regretted it. It was such hard work. It's the video to Up and Away, is because I was listening to the demo and I actually wrote like chunks of it while running up and down kind of the canal near my house. And then when it came to the video, I was like, I think we should just film running in time. And then they were like, okay, it needs another layer. And it was like, well, we could dance as well. And then other people could join in while I'm running and like dance with me. And it was, I think it's the hardest I've ever worked.
Well, I don't run unless it's for my life. So well done. Now, a lot's obviously changed over the years. You broke into the scene with Dream Catch Me. How is it fair to say life just changed after that track? Because hits just keep coming.
It did. No, it did totally change my entire life, and kind of continues to. Like it kind of keeps having these like weird, quite large kind of resurgences. Like there was a point not even that long ago where it was being covered 20 times a day on TikTok relentlessly. And I was like, and it was being covered by kids that were definitely born after it came out as well. So I was like, how do you even find it? Like, where is it coming from? So yeah, it's got a total life of its own.
That is one positive of social media and all these platforms. People are discovering you for the first time, not just through your older hits, but your newer hits too.
Yeah, no, it's such a huge kind of opportunity in there. It's quite hard to make sense of sometimes.
How are you going to manage coming over here to Australia with such a young family as well? Are you going to bring the family along, or?
I think 9 months is maybe a bit early for the 27 hour, quite long flight. That I think he could probably cope with it to a certain degree, but I'm just not sure it's quite fair on the other passengers. I only seem to raise incredibly loud children. Not just when they're sad, but when they're happy, they're equally loud, if not even louder. So yeah, I tend to, because my 13-year-old son, so my other one was also an unbelievably loud child, and then recently he's been working with the Royal Opera House doing stuff with them. So, and they've basically trained him to be one of the loudest children in existence now, which is great. Thanks guys. Nailed it.
Is it easier to blame them than yourself? In that respect?
Yeah, always. Definitely. Let's do that.
Because I'm pretty sure it'd get pretty loud in your house just because you've got your own home studio as well, don't you?
Yes. Yeah, that is. In fact, a lot of my favourite memories with my eldest, so with Bo, is in the studio, either when I've been, like, he's been doing his maths homework and I've been doing vocals, which is, he actually counted me in. It's on the front of, which track is it? Oh, it's back off the last album. At the beginning, there's a kid going, 1, 2, 3, go! And he was supposed to be concentrating on his maths homework. And instead, he was kind of heckling me while I was doing vocals, and that was one of the things he did, which we kept to the intro because it's so cute.
Are you going to get a chance to do any sightseeing when you're over here in Australia? Because it's a pretty hectic schedule, and I notice you're also going to New Zealand, and you've been doing stuff over in the UK as well.
I don't tend to get to do that much kind of sightseeing, but I do get to see stuff that no one else gets to see, so I think it balances out. So everyone else goes and does kind of the stuff that they do, and I go there and I kind of unload trucks of equipment at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you get to see a different side of the place.
Glamorous life, isn't it?
No, if anyone who told anyone that was definitely just making it up. And Instagram hasn't helped because no one shows you what it really looks like.
Pulling the equipment out at 3 o'clock in the morning can't get much more glamorous than that.
At least I'm not in my pants for that bit.
Oh, well, there you are. And, well, you could probably get away with it at 3 o'clock in the morning. Not many other people are up, are they?
That's true.
Well, I can say never have I ever walked around at 3 o'clock in the morning with no pants on. So you've bet me there. I might have to challenge that one. Thank you so much for having a chat with me. It's night there in the UK at the moment, so really appreciate it, and can't wait to see what else you've got coming out of the pipeline in the future.
Oh, there is a lot on the way. I'm really excited about it. And there's also stuff that is... So Never Have I Ever is obviously quite kind of traditionally folky and love songy, but some of the stuff I've written recently is so many millions of miles away from that, and it makes me really happy kind of with that being out, and me just in the back of my brain and be like, you don't know what I've done. But I'm really excited. Well,
I guess that is one thing to be excited about, because in the music industry you can almost do anything you want and experiment and have a bit of fun along the way.
Definitely. Yeah, more so now than ever before, I think.
Any collaborations in the works, or we can't let the tea spill there?
There's a few in the pipeline. There's one that's been bubbling away. It hasn't happened, and there's still a possibility it might not. So I won't say it just in case I jinx it.
Well, thank you so much again. If people want to find out more about your Australian-New Zealand tour, obviously hop onto your social media. It's all on your website. I'm assuming you're over TikTok as well.
Yep. I'm on all of the things. People don't believe you're a real human being.
Well, this day of AI, might want to watch out. Thank you so much again, Newton.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me. Take care. Bye.